two stars, some might say the two best players in the world at this point, doing their thing. Giannis, 32, 13, and 3.5 assists. Kevin Durant, 35, nearly 11 boards and 5+ assists per game. They're back at it tonight for the season opener on TNT. Stan Van Gundy is on the call tonight for Game 1 of the entire NBA season and is with us now. Nets and Bucks. Stan, as things stand, given the Kyrie Irving situation, who's got the better team right now?
Well, I think right now tonight the Nets do for sure, because the Bucks are missing DiVincenzo, they're missing Portis, they're missing Ojale, they're missing Rodney Hood. They don't have much depth, and it's sort of ironic because depth is one of the big reasons they were able to get over the hump against this Brooklyn team last year when Steve Nash played his bench a total of less than 20 minutes in Game 7. He's actually got the much deeper bench tonight.
You know, Kevin Durant and James Harden, that's a pretty solid offensive foundation. In what ways and when will the Nets miss Kyrie most as this drags on?
Well, where you're missing the most, in my opinion, is when you have to go to your bench. You know, you can't have two great players, two stars like that on the floor at all times, which they really could have if they had Kyrie. Look, the few times they had all three of them last year, they were absolutely dominant. In their first round series against Boston, those three guys on the floor, they were plus 23 points per 100 possessions, absolutely dominant. Now they become a little bit more normal when they go to the bench. But look, I think it's telling that even with Kyrie Irving not playing, most of the people out there have still made the Nets the favorites for the title this year.
Stan, you're back in your state of Wisconsin. You're a little ways from Badger country, but I know you must be having some good feelings about your Wisconsin Badgers. Just a little bit. I know you just have some hometown thoughts about that a little bit, right?
You know, Isaiah, it's great. It's a sense of nostalgia being back in the first state I was fired in. You know, so I've been fired 4 times. But, you know, it's your first one that I think you appreciate the most.
Well, you had a good run there, but I'd like to talk to you about, like, the Bucks right now. When you look at them in terms of, you know, how Giannis has improved every year, what has fascinated you about his game as you've watched him progress and also coached against him? What's the difficulty coaching against him?
Well, look, he's impossible in transition. We know he's impossible to keep away from the basket, but I think 2 things have really happened with him. I think number one, their entire organization has done a great job of developing him. From Jason Kidd initially playing him as a primary ball handler, a point guard, developing those skills, with Mike Budenholzer coming in and encouraging him to shoot more threes. They've really, as an organization, encouraged him to expand his game. And then I think with Giannis, to me, what's been his biggest improvement has not even been just his skills, but his decision-making. You know, and I think I've always thought that that's what sets the greatest apart. Not just the skills, but the guys who know when to pass, when to shoot, when to dribble. And I think Giannis has come a long way in that part of the game.
And Stan, you talked about Giannis and his play, and obviously this team winning the championship and having that sort of institutional knowledge of knowing what it takes to get it done. I'm just curious, as you survey the Eastern Conference and look at the other teams that are emerging, and obviously the Nets who they play tonight, big picture, what are your thoughts on the Bucks getting back to the finals? I know it's an unfair question to ask so early in the year, but I'm just curious what your thoughts are on the Bucks' chances.
Well, I know, first of all, we all know so much of it depends on health. Let's see who's healthy at the end of the year. But this tonight should be the preview of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, there are some other teams that I think can be tough. The team I think gets overlooked the most is the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, I think people forget they were in the Eastern Conference Finals. So we say Philly, if they could resolve the Ben Simmons thing, might be the next best team. Well, Atlanta beat them at full strength last year, and it seems we've all forgotten that. I think New York, if Kemba Walker is healthy, they've gotten better, can be in the mix. Miami's added some veteran help. They can be in the mix. I think even Indiana can be in the mix. Look, there's always going to be somebody who's going to come up and do a little bit more than you thought they could do. But I think right now you have to look and say these two teams are head and shoulders above everybody sitting here on October 19th getting ready to open the season.
Hey Stan, I just want to let you know, man, you look really relaxed. You look nice. You know, you don't look as stressful as you looked last year, coaching, running up and down. I just want to let you know you look good, Stan. You know, you're looking good, brother.
I appreciate that. I ran into KD in the hotel today. He asked me how I was doing. I said, I don't have to worry about how we're going to guard you or Giannis tonight. I can just watch the game and enjoy. It's certainly a more relaxing position to be in.
Yeah, it looks good on you. It's the best I've seen you look in a couple of years.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That sounds good, too. We look forward to your call tonight on TNT to start the NBA season. Stan Van Gundy back with us.
Stan, you're smiling.
Nice tan, too, Stan. Look at that.
I love
We
it.
didn't know you had a smile.
Stan will be enjoying this offensive juggernaut that is the Brooklyn Nets, and that's a theme for James Harden wherever he seems to play the offense.